Well, howdy, 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 y'all. Teresa here, and just me and the critters. Brad's at work. It is November 27th, 2016, Sunday evening. It is 5:35 p.m. on this beautiful day. I thought maybe we were going to get some rain. It was overcast and stuff, but we didn't. Sun setting right now. We're starting to, it is 68 degrees, real feel 71. The high was 71, the low will be 55. It did get colder out last night. I think it got down to 46, but the temperature dropped pretty fast for here, and kind of felt chilly and stuff, so I got to use that ceramic heater. Really, really do like that ceramic heater. It's a great investment for $30. It is made to heat up to 800 square feet, and of course we don't have near that, but it oscillates over 180 degrees, which is awesome. And it also has a tip feature, so if it even tips over that much, it just shuts off. But so I put it on a very low setting, and it took the chill out right away, and then we just pull it out some more when Brad goes to bed and stuff, so it oscillates in to the bedroom also. And so it's a great investment, very happy with that. I'd rather do that than have to keep buying more propane, and you get that lovely surprise about, oh, will I have enough propane or not? So this is just a good investment. It's another option. It's a good option for us because we don't necessarily want to heat up the entire RV. If we're sitting here and we're a little cold, we're just going to run that heater just for this little front area, maybe enough to take the chill off. Yes, of course, we'll have on sweaters and blankets and stuff. But, especially with Brad with the neuropathy and stuff, it's, and the diabetes, it's important that, he not get so cold. So, and then animals are all doing fine. The only thing I noticed is that, like, right now, Angel is eating a few scraps, and we never really feed them scraps, and it must be they don't like this cat food. We got them a knockoff brand of cat food, and yes, we knew better, okay? It looked the same, and we shouldn't have bought it. Thank goodness we didn't buy a huge bag. But they don't like it, and they're not eating what they normally eat. And they normally don't go for scraps or anything, so Brad's going to pick them up, put them back on what we normally feed them. We normally feed them like Purina. I think it's Purina indoor. Maybe it's Friskies indoor. I can't remember. I just know by the bag. There's a green one and a blue bag. Blue bag and a green bag. They're indoor formulas. And I like the one with the hairball formula in it. So, yeah, we're going to have to do that. And then I couldn't figure out why the dog's water dish kept looking dry. Remember last night or yesterday when I was making my video, I'm like, oh, the dogs are out of water again. Well, and then I thought maybe one of the dogs had peed in front of the water dish. There was a wet spot, and I thought, great. But it didn't smell like anything. I went over there and cleaned it and stuff. Didn't smell like it. What it was then I got thinking about it. I filled the water dish. I didn't fill it all the way, but I filled it part way. And a little bit later, it's almost empty again. There was a crack in the bottom of the water dish, so got that all taken care of. I did do some painting yesterday. I was having a painful day yesterday, just all over, and I find that when I'm having a real painful day, that if I can put on the headphones with the music and do some painting stuff, it really helps take the focus off the pain and helps me deal with it. So I did go ahead and take some Tylenol, and that took enough of the edge off. And I did get a pretty good night's sleep last night, so that's all good. Brad, what did Brad say? Brad slept pretty good. Yeah, he slept pretty good. He slept better than he had the night before, so that's good. That's good. And then I'll show you. I did do some looming. I'm almost done with this part of it, which is the scarf part. Let's see. It's wanting to curl right now. I'm going to have to straighten that out. But this is the scarf part. So I only have about 3 more inches to add on it. And then I will fringe it out and attach it all. And you might be thinking, well, this isn't very long. Well, you know, it's long enough, but my friend is short stature. So I am making this to fit her body type better. So this will work well for her. And especially with some nice long fringes, make it very pretty and elegant looking like she is. She's a very pretty, elegant lady. So I'm excited for that. So I will be finishing that tonight. I did paint my nails. I just did kind of a, let me see. This is a white frosty. It was this. And then I put a pink glitter top coating over the top. And then the blue one is just a blue fingernail. And then I put one of the nail decals on it. So, but I did get that done. Today I'm in a lot less pain, except for my arm. It was really weird, and I refused to stop to stop blooming. But this was really hurting, and it was hurting. Even starts up in the shoulder and all the way down. And I did have an injury to my shoulder about 3 years ago, so I'm not sure if maybe that's part of it. But anyway, I was Charlie horsing, and Brad was talking to me before he went to work today, and all of a sudden my arm went like this, and I could not get it unhooked. And he was even trying to unhook it. He was trying to rub in here and stuff and unhook it, and it took quite a while. It hurt like the dickens. And we made lunch. Made sloppy joes. And I cut up some purple onion and some cucumber and tomato to eat alongside of it. And then we made enough for him. He took to work. When we cook our big meal every day, and I know I've had a few people ask about like what Brad takes to lunch and stuff. Well, first of all, there's a few places you could eat out, but it would take too long and he can't leave on his lunch anyway. And yeah, he could buy stuff there at the store, but again, that's expensive and junk type food. So what we do is we usually cook extra when we cook that main meal, which is basically technically our breakfast. But you know, we count as our lunch because we're not big breakfast eaters. So we cook that before he goes to work, and then we make sure we cook enough that he can take to work. So that's what he did today. I didn't get around to making my list, my holiday list of, you know, mapping stuff out, but I will be doing that tonight. I did get my letter written to my pen pal, and I will be sending that out tomorrow. And then Thursday, I will be sending out Dawn's, Wednesday or Thursday. It depends on when Brad gets paid. I will be sending out Dawn's, Scooty, and I will be sending out, my friend Mary, her Christmas present, which is the painting I did for her. And cards with that. On the Christmas cards, a number of you guys said yes, you wanted to do a Christmas card exchange. So my address is below in the description. If you want to send one, I'll send one back. You know, or if you already have my address, you know, or if you want to message me either on here, or you can email me. My email address is below. Or you can message me on Facebook, and I will get your email, your address, and send you out a Christmas card. So, and I would love to get those and stuff, because that really means a lot to me. Feeling a little stressed. You guys have noticed I haven't been on Facebook much and saying much at all. And it's always a clear indication that maybe I'm a little stressed. And like I said, I'm not saying any of this for any pity, but I really hesitate on even saying how I'm feeling about stuff, because you never know when you're going to get somebody attacking you again. But I'm just going to ignore that, because I know there's a lot of you guys that care and stuff. And like I said, there's no way, shape, and form me wanting any pity from anybody. I'm just talking about life. Like most people right now, I feel a little stressed. I feel a little stressed about coming up with all the finances and the time and everything you want to do for the holidays. But I'll figure it out. Once I sit down and kind of make out my list and get out my planner and stuff, when I have a game plan, I will feel better. I'm still learning. It's easy for people to pick you apart about how you are, but I'm still learning. I mean, I'm still learning, and part of it, people forget that I do have Asperger's and the ADHD, and I always have had. But and I didn't really have even many friendships as a child, so I'm still learning, and no, I don't get upset, like, if a friend doesn't respond right away, because sometimes I will text one of you guys and I don't get any response. And I assume you're just busy or whatever, or maybe it was something you don't feel like you really need to respond to. And messages that way too. But if I try 3 or 4 times and there's no response, then I become worried. I become worried that maybe you're angry at me and I don't know why, and I will just ask you, or I will try a different avenue, like my neighbor. She's been busy and she's got some stuff going on, and she's got some phone issues going on, and I hadn't heard from her in 4 or 5 days. Normally we talk every day, and she lives right next to me. Now, yes, I could have gone over there and talked to her. But again, I know she's got some stuff going on. I know she has a weird sleep pattern like I do. And so I don't want to disturb her if she's trying to take a nap. I know she's got some phone issues going on and some other stuff going on. And so I just waited 4 or 5 days. And then I finally texted her this morning and go, hey, I hope I haven't done anything to upset you. I'm getting worried about you and stuff. Could we kind of keep an eye out for each other too? And she responded right away. Oh, she wasn't sure who was. Her phone's glitching. She's having some issues with some different stuff. She wasn't even sure who I was until I said who I was, because she lost all of her stuff on her other phone. Her other phone kind of like caught on fire and blew up on her. So. And then she called me, and Brad was laughing, because he's like, you guys are like 5 feet apart. Because we were sitting outside, and she's in the trailer talking to you, and you're out here, and you guys are on your cell phone. He said, I can hear you guys just without even being on the phone. I'm like, whatever, leave us alone. They sure do like her. They might go to with us too. Next Saturday they're having Christmas in PANACEA. It's going to be a parade and kind of a festival. They're going to make snow for the kids to play with and stuff. And so Brad asked his boss if we could have next Saturday off, because I really want to go to this. Because the Golf Specimen Marine Lab is going to have free admission, and like I said, it's just going to be kind of a festival and everything, and a little parade and stuff. And around here you don't really have lit houses and stuff you can really go see too much of. So that'll be our Christmas thing. And so they might go with us, because I said, you guys want to go with us? And, oh yeah, we'll probably go with you and stuff. So, she's around here. She's my go-to girl, because I don't know a lot of this stuff around here. And she's lived around this area her whole life and stuff. And, so. But no, I mean, I don't get upset if somebody, is busy or whatever, until I see that they're not too busy for anybody else, just too busy for me. And, I'm like, if you just don't want to be friends, or if you just don't care to hear from me, that's okay. Just say so and I'll leave you be. So, but it's all a learning thing. I don't know how to really do this stuff. Like I said, and then when you have people kind of picking you apart for how you are, then I start to kind of question whether or not I want to continue on social media. But I can't imagine my life without it. I would miss you guys too much. You guys are my friends, and you are my outlet. I mean, it's just like I refuse to give up the loom knitting, even though it is so painful, because I can't just sit in this RV. Sit in this RV while Brad's working and stuff. I would just go insane. The same way with the YouTube videos. If I didn't have you guys to watch and to make my own videos and comment back and forth, I would just go insane. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The hours are long and hard, when your spouse is working a lot, and especially when you're in such a tiny area. That's another thing that you feel like you shouldn't say how you're feeling if you feel ill or not, because you might not have a diagnosis or whatever, and you also feel like you shouldn't say how you're feeling about current living situations or whatever. This is a harder time of year for a lot of us, and I really want the hell out of this RV so bad. But right now, we've been looking around some, and right now we're not really seeing much for rent. And it's probably this time of year. I know that November, December, and January typically are the harder times of the months of the years for that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping after the first of the year, maybe there'll be more, or we're looking at possibly we have to check out the laws. From what I understand, and like I said, this is just me. I'm just still checking it out. What I understand, you can buy a piece of land, with utilities already on it, and live on it with your RV for a certain amount of time. It's almost like getting, how you get a builder's permit? It's almost like that. It's like with the intent that you're going to be building or moving in a permanent home, and it's like for 6 months or so. So we're going to check into different avenues like that, because that would be one avenue, because at least that way we'd be able to move the RV as long as it had all of the utilities onto the land. We would be able to fence off part of the yard for the dogs. We would be able to put, a large shed and stuff to put a lot of our stuff, so, and then work on getting a modular home moved on there. So we're looking at the logistics of that. We'll start really seriously on that after the first of the year, and see what happens with that. But sometimes you get kind of down about that, because a lot of the normal Christmas stuff I can't do in the RV, and I just have to deal with that. I felt a little lonely tonight, just, when it gets to be toward the end of the work week with Brad, then I get to feel kind of, really missing him and stuff. He's off tomorrow. Yay. And that'll be good. And also I'll be able to get out of the house some. That'll be nice. I'll be able to go for a ride or something. That'll be really nice. Looking forward to that. But what else do I have to tell you guys? That's all that's going on with me. Like I said, I just get to the point where you're afraid to be yourself, because it's easy for people to come on here and think they know you and pick you apart. Just because you watch my videos and claim nasty stuff about me, but let's dissect your life, and we'll do the same for you. I mean, I don't understand why people want to do that. Just because how somebody lives their life isn't how I would live my life. doesn't mean I think how they live their life is wrong. If that's what works for them, that's what works for them. It's just like, let's say for instance, like my granddaughter might have a style of dress. There wouldn't be somehow I would dress, or maybe even would have dressed when I was her age. But that doesn't mean it's wrong. That means that's her style. I have my style. It's the same with life. This is my lifestyle. I've never claimed to be, quote, normal. I, can't be. But I am just who I am. And I have to just remember that I have a lot of really good people around. Sometimes you get frustrated, though, because what you have in your mind's eye about how things should go in the future isn't how they necessarily go. It may take longer. It may go on a different road. I mean, if you think about, say, 5 years back even, think about your life. Is it really how you planned that you thought it would be 5 years later? For most of us, no, not really. Unforeseen things happen. I know a lot of you guys, my friends, are really struggling with some hard stuff right now. And that's why I want to have you guys keep Marcy, Wednesday reviews. Keep her family in your prayers. They're going through some hard medical stuff. Marnie, Casey, also keep her in your prayers because she's going through, her family's going through some hard medical stuff right now. Of course, our sweet Linda, crazy for yarn. Keep her in your prayers. This is, the first holiday season without her husband. It's going to be a rough one. Just so many other people that, most of us, it's the holidays are mixed bag of nuts, if you will. We're excited about something, we're sad about something, and we just gotta all just kind of realize that it's just one day or, a couple of days out of the year. Let's not let it just make us feel like we're nothing, like so many of you guys, we will be having a small Christmas. We had a very, very small Christmas last year. And in fact, so small that I don't think we even bought each other anything. And we said we're never going to do that again. Or maybe it was the year before we didn't. I don't remember. But that was not, because of moving and stuff. And yeah, we certainly thought we'd probably be in a home by now. But it hasn't worked out that way. Our biggest obstacle still is coming across finding a place that will accept our dogs. Mainly our Mastiff. Which is really sad because he's the best mannered, best behaved one out of all of our dogs. Well, now we only have 3. But he's the best behaved out of all of them. It's like the other day he accidentally slipped my hand. I had him on a leash, and the leash accidentally slipped through my hand. He goes running across the RV park about halfway. One of our neighbors was walking his poodle mix. Charlie goes, and this guy was great about it, because, you see a great big mastiff barreling down on you, a lot of people would be freaking, but he just held still and stuff, and Charlie ran over there, and he was at full speed. And he just was sniffing the dog, and, he didn't try to do anything. He just sniffing the dog and wagging his tail, and then I called him back, and he came right back. But, he's a sweetheart, but finding a place that will accept, that's in our price range, it's been difficult. But I know that when it's meant to be, it'll happen. I need to not lose faith in that. Yes, we're looking on Craigslist. We're looking on, what is it called? Trulia and Zulo, and some local groups. So, we just have to keep our eye out. He's handling life okay right now. Let me show you. He's handling life okay. Right, Charlie? There you are. Are you handling life okay? Are you? Really? Had somebody leave a comment. You guys didn't get to read it because I got rid of it before anybody could read it, I think. But claimed that what we're doing with our dogs is abuse. Having them live in authority with us. And they thought somebody should call the authority. Well, you know, if anyone wants to call the authority, go ahead, because they're going to laugh at you. If you look at square footage wise on how much room a dog typically has in a dog shelter, and usually they are in small kennels, and there's usually two, at least in the ones I have experienced in Wyoming, and there's usually two large dogs in a small kennel, all on cement and stuff. Like I said, it wouldn't matter how big of a place we have. These dogs always have and always will be right on top of me. Charlie's right here. Nixie's right at my feet. Missy is right, maybe 2 feet away on another chair. They're always right here. They get walked frequently. They get played with. I mean, they have it made. You know, we take phenomenal care of them. And we are doing the absolute best we can. I mean, you know, it's a hard life being in a dog shelter. You know, these rescues do the best they can, but most of them are overcrowded, and they end up feeding these dogs just whatever food is donated, whatever dog food is donated. So every dog I've ever adopted has come with a gastro infection and usually some other kind of infection. That's why normally what I do right when I get them home from the vet is we don't even get home from the vet. I call my vet from the dog shelter, and I bring them right in to be checked. To be checked for parasites and worms and all of that, because normally we need to treat for some infections. So Charlie was sick when I got him, even though it was a private adoption, because he has a stomach issue, and also he had been very neglected and stuff. So behavioral wise, it took quite a while. It took actually over a year to get him to you know, learn how to love and not panic and stuff as much. So, you know, that's all you can do is just, you know, do the best you can. But the last thing I would ever do would be if, you know, I worry a lot about how hard this is on my animals. And there just was no other option, you know. So anyway, I'm going to get off here. But I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I'm not going to take a step back from social media, because then that's what people want you to do. You know, some people. I do love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship. I'm going to sit down here in a little bit and answer comments and make my list. Not sure if I'm going to paint today or not. I don't know if I'll paint or not tonight. I might just work on finishing this Scooty, so I'd like to get that in the mail. And I think you guys are awesome, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.